Okay, so we got a chainsaw that I've actually never heard the name brand of. I'm sure everybody out there has probably heard it but me. I don't even know how to pronounce it. Jones Reds or Johnser Red Eds, I don't know. Regardless, I got it. So when he brought it to me, it was just pouring out gasoline, just leaking up a storm. So the likely culprits would be a leaky gas cap. The fuel lines have cracked, and these are notorious for degrading over a period of time. He says he hasn't had any troubles with it. I think he said he's had it 30 years or something. The next thing could be the carburetor's leaking, and then the worst case scenario would be the fuel tank is leaking. The fuel tank's leaking. It's going to require that completely disassemble it. Actually, I hope that's not what it is, but that's what would pay the most. So he would, you know, most people are going to say it's not worth it when you're getting up that kind of money. So I don't think it's the gas cap, because it was pouring out on the opposite side. It was leaking out over here. You can kind of see where the gas had cleaned up the housing. So that kind of tells me it's either carburetor or the hoses, the fuel lines. So we're going to open it up and see what it is. Air filter needs cleaned. Okay, so I'm gonna put a little gas in it now and see if we can see something. So the fuel line is right there. That's the fuel line. So I'm gonna tilt it on the side and see if we can get any gasoline out of it. So there is gasoline coming out of it. Not nearly as bad as it was yesterday, but it is coming out. So we'll pull that fuel line out and replace it. Okay, so when I dumped the gas out, the fuel filter fell out of the tank, I should say. And you can see here that it's completely degraded. And there's no way for you to see, I don't think, but it feels like there's a glue on it. It's coming off onto my finger there. It's kind of tacky, so, and it's starting to rip. So we'll go ahead and replace that hose. Just for this, so I can pull out. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. I'm not going to be able to get that out. It just breaks. Okay, so I called the customer. He said go ahead and order the parts, and it just falls apart into your hand. That is insane. So he told me to order parts, so we'll get it on it. Should be here in about 5 days, and then we'll put that and then we'll put it into the chainsaw. So I'll clean up the air filter and we'll call it good for the day. Okay, so the parts finally came in. So got a 2-pack. That way if I mess one up, I still got another one. It's I know for you it's only magic of YouTube videos, but for me it's been nearly 2 weeks since we ordered these. So I'm gonna go ahead and install it. It's gonna be hard for you to see what I'm doing, but this has a little gap there, and that's gonna go into this hole. Like I said, it's gonna be difficult for you to see, I'm sure. And so I'm gonna run this down into the tank. And then I'm going to come over here and open the tank, and I'm going to grab some fancy doctor scissors. I don't know what to call these. I mean, I know what the name of them are, but I'm worried that if I say the name that I'll get demonetized, so I want to be careful. Okay, so I've got the hose with those fancy doctor scissors, and what I'm going to do is try to pull that in here. But I think I'm going to try something before I do that. I don't want to break that hose, so now that I can see how it works, I'm going to put some WD-40 on it to get it good and lubed up so it'll slide in easier. Initially, I went with the flexible hose down into the tank, and I realized that wasn't working. So I turned it over, and I put the smooth edge here and down in the tank, and it looks like I got it. So now we'll hook it up to the carburetor. Like that. And now I'm going to put some gas in it, see if it leaks. I'm going to go ahead and put a fuel filter on it in case some of that old plastic hose is still in there. I don't want it to get sucked in and clog up the carburetor. Okay, it should be leaking by now. Right out of this hose right here. And I don't see anything coming out. So now I'm going to try to start it, which is kind of scary because this thing is hard to pull. got it running. That's a pretty simple fix. Had to wait forever for that part to cross Canada. Took forever. I don't know, the customer didn't seem like he was too enthused, but I mean, he didn't sound, he didn't say anything wrong. So, glad it's fixed. So I hope I can inspire you. Don't melt away when you're living your dreams. Thanks for watching.